We're in the bar. Hello, everybody. I'm WaitWhat, and we're about to find out if Winter is going to drink in the game Dysfunctional Systems. Let's do it. Okay, brace for it. No amount of alcohol-tinged breath could be enough to prepare me for a bar smell, surely. Mother always talks about how awful bars are, and how that's why she only ever drinks at home. Sweaty and piggish, and smelling like failure, this can only lead to misery. Slowly, I part the fingers over my nostrils. It does not smell at all. Cut that out, Winter. You look ridiculous. Hey, leave me alone. I've been misled. Slowly, I put down my hand, but not without glaring at Cyrus. He ignores this, of course, and walks over to an empty table to have a seat. He then pats the top of the chair next to him, inviting me. Well, whatever. I follow his lead, still cautious of this place. Notice how there's only a few people here, although it's lunch hour. What do you imagine that means? Most of the people here really like to work? Or maybe they really have to. Well, it's probably a good thing that this place is so empty. Too many customers might be a bit overwhelming for you. It can also make it rather difficult to actually find out anything. I see. There are only 4 other people in the bar besides us, all of whom are men, and all thrice my age by the look of it. The 2 who seem to be customers are dressed in a rather rough manner, like they've walked out of a construction site. I'm not the type to pride myself on appearance or anything, but I actually feel slightly embarrassed for them. They aren't the first in this world to look so deplorable, though. In fact, I would say they look fairly good by comparison. Most people I've seen look like they picked their outfits from a pile of rags. Thankfully, the other 2, both in uniform, are very presentable. The waiter, or he's probably the waiter, looks rather spiffy, and the man behind the counter is quite cleanly dressed, so this world is not entirely hopeless. And you have a hoodie on, and I love hoodies, so yeah. But enough about men in clothes. The wall behind the counter is far more interesting. There are 2 lengthy rows of wildly varying bottles. Some round, some square, some outright peculiar. Admittedly, I am enticed. Only for a second, I assure you. After all, I have been told that alcohol tastes like piss. I wouldn't really know. Not very good, though. Well, I wouldn't know myself. I've never tried it. Yep, pretty much. What? You've never tried alcohol? No, piss. It isn't the best until you get used to it. That aside, I've also been told that it makes you act like a twit, causes bouts of forgetfulness, and slowly poisons your liver. That is true, to a point. Eventually, you become addicted to it. Not everyone does, but there's the possibility. Then, why drink it? Some people enjoy losing control over themselves, and many love to forget. You'll see for yourself, and be able to form your own opinion soon. I would rather not. Honestly, I am more than fine with following the popular opinion. It is often correct and has saved me a lot of trouble in the past. While my thoughts wander to say for days, the man who I believe is the waiter comes to our table. What can I get you? 2 beers, any brand you'd like. Coming right up. When he departs, I find myself curious about 2 things. Firstly, I have to drink 2 beers? No, 1 is for me. Duh. Why would you want to drink 1? I'm one of the people who enjoy losing a bit of control over themselves. I would not have pegged him the sort. At any rate, the second thing. What's a brand, sir? Does this have something to do with fire and iron? Pardon? Well, we used to brand cattle and other animals with a symbol that would associate them with their farmer, right? That is, if I remember my history. That was with fire and iron, so this is something similar? I'm not saying something stupid, am I? Is it how the alcohol is made, perhaps? Are the ingredients burned in some way before they're officially beer? Maybe with some sort of spiritual symbol? They do call them spirits, after all. There must be a reason for that, right? Why isn't he saying anything? Or it has something to do with real spirits? Like some sort of rite where each batch is brewed in honor of someone who's died? I mean, I've read these places can be very strange, and... am I close? Oh, please let me be close. No. No, you're not close. Crap. I should have shut up way earlier. Why'd I ramble like that? Now I look the fool. Honestly, though, I'm a little disappointed. Some fantasy would be nice. Winter, I'm starting to think you've already gotten yourself drunk off the atmosphere. Oh, please. Here you go. The waiter has returned, bearing 2 tall and thick tankards foaming at the brim. Beer, right? I know more of vodka and wines. One is placed in front of Cyrus, and the other in front of me. Enjoy. He leaves. I peek over my cup's lip, and peer into its mouth. The beverage does not take kindly to my curiosity, bubbling and spitting at me. I withdraw with a start. How intimidating. Sir? Don't be such a baby. It won't kill you. There'll be much worse things you'll have to swallow than alcohol, trust me. It sounds as though Cyrus is perfectly fine with bending over should the situation demand it. Interesting things like this, or ingesting things like this, ingesting things worse than this? Allow me to apologize, Cyrus, but I am not a wimp. I know where to draw the line. It is quite the opposite of weakness, really. It's strength. No one is going to be forcing me to do anything I don't agree to. That said, I did say I would drink some of this. Lifting a glass with both hands, I gingerly tip it towards my lips and take in a mouthful. Bruh! Oh heavens, I do not want to drink this. I switch the liquid a bit, and as it mixes with my saliva, it seems nearly viscous, even. I want to retch. This is simply the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth. Atrocious. It bullies the back of my throat with a sizzling, no, a burning sensation that has spread throughout my entire oral cavity. The ordeal lasts less than 10 seconds before I stop thinking and just swallow it. Bleh. Oh, come on. She's kind of accurate. Maybe not one little sip. Not quite that terrible, but goosebumps ripple across my skin and my eyes water. The beer drains down my esophagus, raising everything in its descent. God, this is disgusting! Cyrus proceeds to drain half of his glass with a speed rivaling my mother's and an expression just as insensible. It amazes me that he can stomach it, and even more that he is willingly subjecting himself to it. Oh, this is pretty okay, actually. Best I've had in a while. You're joking. That was worse than what I imagined piss to taste like. And the sensation, everything about it, it's disgusting. Honestly, I find myself at a loss for words here. This beverage is just nasty. Oh, and I keep saying alcohol's disgusting, which yeah, most alcohol tastes really bad, but that's not to say I don't drink occasionally. That's, yeah, sometimes mixing it with some good soda and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna go on now. Finish that glass and we'll move along. I'm not finishing this. Do it. Do it. I mock him. Don't take that tone. Just finish your glass. Finish my glass? I let my hands drop with gravity, my cup crashing onto the table. This? This is what you want me to finish? Then, Cyrus, who I am quickly losing respect for, I will drink this mug, and in fact finish it, if you do one thing for me in the future. Pardon? It isn't loud in here, Cyrus. I know that you heard me. Well then, what do you want me to do? Nothing now. The future is not now. Now is the present. The future is later, and I will tell you then. Fair logic. You're sure you're not drunk, Winter? Hush. Is that a little bit of rad beneath it? Is she just blushing? What? Dunno. You'll have your way if you'll have mine. You'll have your way if you'll have mine. Winter, Harrison. It is a deal you cannot break, sir. With that, I drained my glass in a matter of seconds using a technique I have observed over the years. When I set it down, there was naught but suds. Cyrus is impressed. I am appalled. What? This is so nasty. I squeezed my eyes shut and let the wave of warm and trembling feelings wash over me. Ugh. Mercy, Winter. That was something else. How are you feeling? I answer him with a stare and a shiver. Really? I shake my head. Honestly, now that the wretched experience of an instant is over, I realize I was overreacting. While certainly vile, it doesn't seem to be immediately damaging. It looks like it will take more than one beer to impair my judgment. Either that or this stuff's effects are simply delayed. I am fine, I think. You should be. Yes, I don't really... I realize I might have spoken too soon, as I suddenly feel a bit as though I'm glowing. It's not a terrible feeling, and I seem to still be myself. All is in order. I don't feel much different at all. Give it some time. You didn't really drink too much anyway. There usually isn't a whole lot of alcohol in beer. Wonderful. Both of my theories are true. Okay, so what now? Now we begin conversing. Cyrus discreetly points to a man in the corner. I'm going to go talk to that man. You take the one at the counter. Try bringing up work and going on from there. Oh, and of course, don't forget to keep where we're from and why we're here a secret. That kind of bartering chip shouldn't even be allowed to you kids. I'm going to talk to him alone? Well, yes. I think it would make him pretty uncomfortable to have both of us ganging up on him. Oh, I don't know about this. Don't worry, the bartender is right there, and I'm not far either. Nothing will happen to you. It's not that. I'm just not very good at talking to people. You're doing fine with me. You're my superior. Just go over there and give it a try. Fine. I get out of my seat and immediately yank the table's legs as the floor shifts. Oh, no. My knees quiver with fear, and I firmly plant my feet, my heart thumping like I am about to die. Gracious, what was that? Did something happen? Have we failed? Calm down, you're just a bit tipsy. Shut up. I pause. Tipsy? Oh, buzzed, right. I'm just... Oh, crap. Just get over there. I surprise myself, briskly taking strides to the counter. I find the act curiously challenging and amusing. Each step I consider rather silly in its shakiness, and I begin wondering about how people learn to walk at all. It is not how my thoughts usually go, I think. I can't quite remember what I usually think about right now. I am not drunk. I have an idea of what this is from looking, and this is not it. Ah, right. I am tipsy. Goodness, I'm unbalanced. I start slowing near the stools, and suddenly break out in a cold sweat. I am not good with people, so what am I doing about to talk to a man? While I am considering this, the order to stop is not processed physically. I sit right down next to the gentleman as if it is the most natural thing in the world, and we are the oldest of pals. Strong ties, bonds formed from years of manual labor at the piers. I wonder how much alcohol I actually drank. Enough of this. Engage the man by his eyes. Yes, like that, like in the books. Lean forward to get a closer look, Winter Harrison. Oh, well, isn't he scruffy? Almost in an adorable way. His cheeks and chin are dashed all over with stubble, and his eyes are soft and caring. He vaguely reminds me of a father I knew that was not mine, but a classmate's. I open my mouth and mentally say hello, but the order is again not actually processed, so I just hang my jaw and stare. He notices. Hello there, miss. Ah, hello. It is all I can do to say this. I failed to keep his attention, and his eyes returned to the television above the bar. Television, that's right, they have that here. It seems to be a sports channel that he was watching. Not that I know which. I only know it is a sport, as there is a ball, there are people, and both are on a field. Ah, and it seems to involve only sculpted men, a particularly intimate sport. Wait, I'm overthinking it. Though I do believe that most sports have peculiar and exciting kind of subtext. This one I think I could particularly like to watch. You're a little young to be in here, aren't you? Yes, I am! I am 14! I should not be here. Wow. 14. Okay. 14. I guess I could see it. Maybe. I don't know. But in anime, it's always difficult to judge ages. Like, that head, her face, in anime, that could be anywhere from, well, we'll go with her 14 up to like freaking 20 or 40 or whatever. It's anime style. So, and he could be anywhere from 17 to 40 as well. I am 14. I should not be here. I am here with my uncle. My dad would never bring me here. My uncle is here and brought me here while he's on break. Right. Mention work. Where is he? I point to Cyrus, who's now talking amiably with the other man in the corner. Goodness, such fast friends. He is the younger, ornery-looking person. The old man chuckles, and I smile as though I've made a joke. Interesting word choice, girl. I read books. That's so. It is so. Very much so. I read a lot. Is he celebrating the good news? Maybe? Was there some good news? Ah. Do you mean the minimum wage increase, sir? Yes, great news, isn't it? He grins. I mirror him. It is. I'm glad. You working yet? Yes, it is work that I'm doing. Granted unpaid, I am learning. Yes, I just started a little while ago. I see. Well, welcome to the workforce, young miss. Have you gotten your first paycheck yet? No, not yet. And my name is Winter. That should have been 2 sentences. Nice to meet you, Winter. I'm David. I've stopped speaking. I don't know why. It's almost as though anything I say won't make any sense, so I shut up. He does not speak either. The quietness is getting to me. Isn't there something I can say? Anything? What can I say? No, I'm lost. This is a terrible feeling, like I'm drowning in air. Think. There must be something. What? You okay? Huh? Oh no, I'm panicking. He could tell. That's bad. Is this because of the alcohol? It must be the alcohol. Yeah. Speak! So what do you do? Well, like for your work, I mean. You know, help out at the wharf, head down into the mines, fit auto parts. That is amazing. Ah, amazing. No, when you get older, you'll have to run multiple jobs too. Just about the only way to survive these days. How about you? What do you do? Oh crap, what do I do? Oh, why didn't I think of something first? Stupid. I shut my eyes for a second and give a quick shake of my head. What do I do? Well, I guess I could technically be considered I'm a counselor. A counselor? Yes. Huh. Please let that be an acceptable job. Doesn't really seem like something that'd suit you. No offense or anything. I didn't really choose it. He gives me a somber nod of recognition. Yeah, you gotta take what you're given. Yes. I suddenly feel miserable and decide to lean onto the counter. I rest my head, letting the fluff of my hair and sleeves serve as a pillow, and I look away from David. That's right, I didn't really choose it. I didn't really choose anything. As decisions came around, I just sat on my hands thinking. I don't know, thinking that something would come to me. In a sense, I suppose that something did, but it wasn't in the usual way. Everyone else knew what they wanted to do after secondary school, and I was stuck on the path of a freeder. A step away from a leech. Ugh. I couldn't pick a specialty school. I didn't know what I wanted. School Mediatolum? What? School Mediatolum? Huh? What is this school? Why had I never heard of it? Yet somehow my parents weren't surprised by the name. Why was I chosen? What's more, how? I never applied to this thing. Why did I even accept to go? I guess I was just happy with something that had been found for me, and the system always knows best. I mean, it's not as though I dislike it. I find the classwork and homework more than bearable. My first shadowing went okay enough. But is this what I am? Is this what I'm meant to do? Oh, this is stupid. What am I thinking? The oligarchy, bleh, suck of those words, is infallible. They never make mistakes. Therefore, this must be what's right for me. Even if everything about it is totally weird. Cackle? Cackle? What's my issue? This is better than what would have happened when did I start caring so much about my direction? Wait, what am I thinking? I'm supposed to care about that. Still, why should I? How should I know the way to forge my life's path when I'm just 14? I don't even know what I'll be like in 8 years. I shouldn't have to care about this now. No, this is really messed up. I'm so messed up. Hey, don't get like that. I'm sorry I brought it up. Can I get you something to drink? I turned back to glance at David, my nose tip brushing against the cloth and sending a tingle across my face. Seeing him, I remember again. I'm in another world. As if I didn't have enough worries back home. Now I have a whole new world to worry about here. Another world which I've never heard of, but I'm supposed to believe is real, just because things are here right in front of my own eyes. So much strange stuff has happened to me that maybe I could just be dreaming. Is this man even real? Is he really here? Maybe he isn't. I've read that there are illusions. Would I prefer an illusion? Would I prefer this to be a dream? Maybe some sort of virtual reality? This whole idea is so ridiculous. What's worst of all, I found myself rather on the fence about his offer for a second drink. It would not be bad, actually, to forget who I am for a little while. Perhaps longer. It would be natural. No, it would also be dangerous. I forced the darker notion aside, steady the course. I draw my head back into the nest of my arms, hair curling over fingers. Then I bring myself up, countenance solemn. No, I think I've had enough. Suit yourself. I will. I'll look at David. Alright, what's next again? Need to figure out the root of the problem. Usually has something to do with the troubles of people, right? I'll just be forward then. Has anything been troubling you lately? 23 minutes now, and this game doesn't have the best stopping points. Nothing more than usual, I suppose. I'm just here to commemorate the occasion. That wage hike takes a major load off, though it's really too bad that we're still under Gabriel's boot. You know, I bet they let the bill pass just to avoid revolt. They don't give a shit about us. Gabriel, that's not this country, is it? Wasn't that... the mother country, correct? I think Brighton shouldn't be, a colony of theirs anymore. It's labeled as independent in the dossier. I need to know more. How might I ask properly? What about the, president? He seems to be working for us. He does, right? You know it doesn't matter. He's just a figurehead. He can't do anything without Gabriel's approval. Couldn't even raise a military to defend against Ferdia without them kicking up a fuss. Hell, it took 6 months before they let him train a single soldier. I'd give him some credit, though. They quit crying about it and have been funding us rightly ever since. Probably realized that if Ferdia took us over, then they'd lose their workforce. Ferdia is a third country, sharing a border with Brighton. What was it I read about them last night? Don't we have a truce with them or something? It's been around for a while. Yeah, but it's hardly there. Ferdia has never been too afraid to stir up a war or two over some real estate, or over some insult to their forefathers. Whatever excuse. Our truce with them is just a piece of paper. They want to, they'd take us down in a heartbeat. Or they would have, at least, until we got an army to secure the border. You never know, though. Wow, this guy talks a lot. It's wonderful. I hardly have to say a word. Or at least, I would if you didn't seem to want me to respond now. I put on a bit of an angry expression for a second, but then reconsider. Maybe a sad expression would be better. What's my character anyway? Am I being myself here? Wait, no, none of that matters. Just answer. That's terrible. Okay, I need another question. Maybe I should let some of my ignorance show. Why is it like this anyway? You don't know? Hell, I'm not surprised. They practically skip over that in schools. Give it a paragraph, maybe. Sure, they'll tell you Brian used to be a Gabrian colony, that we gained our independence 120 years ago. They just never mention the costs of that freedom. Economic sanctions, crazy ones. I mean, they weren't always crazy. Back then, a minimum wage could feed you and more. The sanctions haven't changed though, haven't adjusted with the dollar's value and cost of living. We screwed up, got lulled into this false sense of liberty, got so caught up in the things we could do, we forgot what we can't. Thanks to inflation, these sanctions are making us so poor that they're killing us. I mean literally killing us. Not a great thing to bring up when there's something to celebrate, but I don't even think they're tracking just how many have died trying to live. I know I've definitely lost count. Then, is this the root? I mean, it sure does suck that these people are poor. Really. Though, honestly, if they've been this way for so long, they should be used to it. What is poor, exactly? Television was harping on it earlier, and David was harping on it just now, so I figure it must be important, but, you know, it's nonsense to even consider this seriously. I don't understand any of this. The obsession over the economy, the excitement over higher wages, none of it makes sense. Poor is not having enough for a snack. Money is a trivial thing. Another thing is that this is not even a major society of the world. That being the case, how come we're dealing with it at all? Cyrus, what is he thinking dragging me here? He probably only wanted a drink. What can I learn about the whole world from just one person? Not much. This is stupid. It must be something else. If it's so terrible here, I wonder how it is in Gabria. Complete luxury. They live like kings. Even their bums live better than us. Whoa, this is filthy. A filthy thing to say. It's a damn miracle any of them work at all, with how much they get for free. They get fired? The state takes care of it. They're hurt? The state covers it. No job to start with? The state. The state will go to the goddamn moons for its precious Gabrians. Can you believe it? The people are starving here, and it's that kind of fucking bullshit that... I wince and raise my shoulders a little. Oh, sorry. It's okay. I don't really take any offense to swear words or rude language, but my dad was never terribly fond of them, and I've grown unused to their bite. The harsher ones, anyway. It's a bit shocking to hear one in that tone. I decided to look back at the television, feeling embarrassed on David's behalf for reasons beyond my immediate comprehension. It airs the same sport for all of the 4 seconds before cutting out. When the picture returns, a twisty and intricate crest, a duck flying over a sword, and a pickaxe, looks like, appears on the screen, set against a noble blue. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to end this episode here with the annoying bam, bam. Yeah, so, I'm WaitWhat, and this was Dysfunctional Systems. And it's good so far. Hope you're enjoying it too. Goodbye.